Deb was saying that she wasn't sure about singing that song, but I believe they were both divinely led this morning. It was like a prayer being here. The music that WG was playing, and also what you were singing. The one that stood out for me, let me tell you, was "We Are All Angels." I think God was impressing on both WG and Deb to bring forth a message in song. And those messages are, you've forgotten who you are. You're all angels who only have one wing. All angels looking for each other. All angels. And you need somebody to be with you that you can fly. We need each other to fly. But WG was playing something of that nature. WG. Do you recognize where you came from and who you are? You're beings of light, you're beings of love. And then Dad stepped right into that same spiritual energy, that divine energy that's filling this place and is already, you brought it, that divine energy in with you. And she began to sing that song about we are the children of love. Let us love one another. How far have we stepped from that for most people? I want to get together with more and more people that are truly the children of love, the children of light, the children of God, that they recognize it, they own it, and they act it. We may have different opinions. We may have different likes and unlikes. But you know what? 5 years, 10 years ago, none of that mattered. None of that mattered. We all got along. Especially at Unity, we're unity. And now politics in the world is dividing even brothers and sisters, families and friends. And when I get into that mess myself and I start acting it out, I know I'm not a child of love. Not in those moments if I'm holding bitterness and division and strife. I'm far from it. And it's taken this virus to say, it's time to wake up and look at yourself. Look at myself. It's like somebody's hit us upside the head by a 2x4 with the 2x4. The title of the lesson, it seems to vary. Last week it did too. Actually, the title of the lesson is Riding the Waves of Life. I think it says something else on YouTube. But somehow the translation, it came out different. The thought this week was riding the waves of life. And the reason I chose that is, I guess it was Wednesday that I read the Daily Word, and I thought that's exactly where we are, because I've had dreams of us coming in on waves. Years ago, I had a dream of a lot of us church members were surfing, and I was too, and I can't surf. But as I slid in on shore and turned around, here all these people began to come in from these huge waves with big smiles on their face. And it was so beautiful as they began to land, sliding in to the shore and smiling and laughing and knowing that, we're ready to go back out there and do it again if need be. And I wondered what that was all about, but that dream came back. That thought of that dream came back this week, and lo and behold, I want to share the daily word with you. So if you'd like to just close your eyes, I can still feel the Spirit here. I feel like everything's divinely ordered in this time. I work in divine partnership to accomplish great things. A surfer harnessing A surfer harnesses the ocean's power to complete the exhilarating ride to shore. I too place myself within the divine wave of God's power. I neither move out in front of it by forcing my will, nor do I hold back out of fear or insecurity. Only when I center myself in the way can I discern the answer or direction I seek. I let go into the magnificent power of God, and I ride the wave that is my inner guidance and direction. In prayer, I release the need to know what is going to happen, and I trust that my highest good is now unfolding. I do what is mine to do, leaving the greater part to God. I just listen to my intuitive knowing, hence the guidance I receive, and then follow through on my inner promptings with deliberate, purposeful action. I'd like to share with you Psalms 139, 9 and 10. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall your hand lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. Our loving Creator, I give thanks for that perfect balance you're bringing us into, that perfect skill of allowing those waves to carry us, that energy that's on this planet right now, to take us to those high places and then sometimes just drop us down. And then we glide into that place of joy and safety, everyone. I give thanks that you have brought us together to recognize just who we are and what we're going through. And those things that we're facing in the world today are here to make us stronger, that we can stand for that is within us, that truth, that life that you have given us, that we can discover new awarenesses and be divinely guided in all that we say and do. Continue to bless each person here on this planet. May we come to that place of peace, knowing that no matter what's going on in the outer world, it's the inner world that we live in. Each of us, may we find that inner world, that inner kingdom, and know that we are safe in your hands. That no matter where we are, the highest heights or the deepest depths, no matter where, you're right here with us, Lord. And I do give thanks. And I give thanks for the joy of this day and the blessings that it's bringing each and every person if we can only open our eyes and see the beauty all around us. Thank you, God. Amen. And the great beauty is opening my eyes and seeing you. And those waves that we're riding right now, you can actually feel the currents and the energy field and what's going on, and how, just like Dad was saying, it's kind of difficult when you open I don't do Facebook, that's one reason I don't, I think, but to get into Facebook or other things, or even pick up the newspaper or turn on the TV, it will take you from where you are into some place you might not want to go. But what's actually happening, I do believe, during this time is it's making us stronger. If you're out doing any kind of exercise, I know when I started skiing, water skiing years ago, I thought I could never get up on my skis. And then once I started, I thought I would never fall. But guess what? I fell lots and lots of times even after I learned to ski. But it makes you strong. So this is why things are coming against us right now, it seems like. And it's not the strong in the body, but it's becoming stronger in our spiritual walk with God, becoming grounded in our faith, and trusting whatever's coming down the pipe or whatever's about to happen, that all is going to be all right. That you don't have to get upset. You don't have to bicker and fight and yell and scream at each other. For remember, we are the children of love. Are you a child of love? Are you a child of light? Are you a child of peace? I'm not asking you to tell me, but what's happening is we're having an opportunity to see for ourselves who we are. I'm feeling that little tap on my back. And I'm going somewhere I didn't mean to go exactly, but I know I'm going there. Revelation. We kind of run for Revelation. Chapter 16, and I believe it's verse 16, if somebody wants to check. I'm finding out people, I thought they were just playing on their iPads. Come to find out, they're looking up the scriptures to see if I'm right. Following the law, yeah, okay. But I believe it's 16 I want to talk about all of a sudden. And it's about Armageddon. What do you feel when I say Armageddon? Where does it take you? If you've ever been in a Baptist church, well, I was raised in a Baptist church, okay? And other churches, you're going to find out when that word comes up. It's going to be hellfire, brimstone. It's going to be the end time. It's going to be the war of the worlds. It's going to be the greatest battle that there's ever been. And when is it going to happen? It says, in the day of the Lord. In the day of the Lord, all will be gathered. Do what? Yes, every day is the day of the Lord. But in the day of the Lord, that's when all will be gathered together for this great, great battle. And what it's referring to, metaphysically, we'll go there. That's the only time you hear that word Armageddon. If you want to Google that, you'll not find it anywhere in the Bible, but that one time. But it's referring to a place in consciousness. A place in consciousness where there is to be such a great war that the number of the people or the number of the thought forms that are going to be coming against you are without number. It's massive. And it's the negative thought forms. It's the chaos. It's the battle that's going to begin to be raging within individual lives. And why is this coming about in the day of the Lord? The day of the Lord to me sounds like a wonderful time. It's a time of celebration, a time for rejoicing, a time of jubilee. But as you begin to look at the day of the Lord, it talks about what great anguish it's going to be, great suffering, anxiety, all these things going on. Why would that be? Because the good of God is beginning to be manifest within the hearts of people. But the goodness of God can't manifest within us until we do battle with all the negativity that we have within us, that we've been programmed with throughout all the ages. The day of the Lord is a time that you wake up and start thinking for yourself. Do you know you really haven't been thinking for yourself? You think the thoughts that Mama thought, Daddy thought, Grandmother thought, somebody else thought. But original thoughts, where are they anymore? You take a side on anything. Get still and really go deep, deep. I'm talking about a deep within. Not just in the intellect, but go down into your heart. Get still and ask to think the things that are true with a capital T. And when you do, when you really get to that place, where the emotional body is still as glass. No movement from the emotional body. No thoughts coming from the intellect, from the mind. The heart begins to speak, and truth begins to be revealed. This great battle is a battle against all those thoughts that are within us, any kind of thoughts we have. We start looking at them. Is this real for me? Is it truth for all of us? The soul is making its way back to the place from whence it came. And it's cutting loose of all the things that doesn't allow it to be free in spirit, free to think and feel the things of God, because you are that seed of God. That seed of God is in your physical form. Your soul is longing to experience that. So this is the great time of Armageddon. So everything within is beginning to show without, and you're going to start facing it. We're facing it. We're facing it. That's why all the anger comes up. We talked about it last week. The anger that comes up, or the bitterness that comes up, or the hate that comes up, is coming up to be healed in you. In you. In you. You have to choose it also. Because this battle is about choice. But you know, it's written that, you know, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but it's about against principalities and powers in high places. And that we are to put on the whole armor of God to face these principalities. We are to put on the armor of God. Put on faith and love and truth. And it says even the word of God, learn the word of God, that is truth, to speak. And you were speaking truth this morning. In fact, we are the children of God. Each and every one of us came forth from the creative life force, whom many call Father or God. We all came from one source, and we are all one family. But this is the day, the time, and like we were talking about days last Sunday, and ages. And so a day with the Lord, it says in the Old Testament, is as 1,000 years. 1,000 years is a day. And we were speaking about ages, leaving the Piscean age, and now there was the Taurus age, then there's the Piscean age. Now we're in the age of Aquarius. Yeah, that's astrology. But anyway, there's 12 different ages that we keep circling around and round about. But it takes about 2,500 years for one age. Is that correct now? Okay. For 2,500 per age, right? And so with that, that's what we're doing. We're moving. So right now we're going into that time of peace and love. But before we finish out, as we're finishing out the Piscean age, which is all about self, all about me. We have this tendency not to care about somebody else. Everything's for me, 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 me. Step on you, do whatever, to climb above you, because I want the power, I want the money, I want the whatever. That's where we've been coming from. And then Babylon starts falling. In this time of Armageddon, Babylon starts falling. That great, I don't guess children are hearing this, but it says that great whore is coming to light. And what that is, when something uses the word harlot or whore, it's that which joins itself with everything else. Everything else. It's not talking about man and woman. It's talking about you join yourself with everything in the world that is unholy, if you will, or you're not doing it out of a pure heart or pure reasons. You're doing it for selfish gain, selfish reasons. So that begins to come to light, and that begins to be seen. And it's talking about that this is referring to people and nations' actions and what they're doing. And it's going to fall, it's going to fall, it's going to fall, it's going to fall, it's going to fall. It's going to fall, folks. Why? So there can be a new creation, a new uplifting. It may have resemblance of some of the things we have, who knows? But what's going to happen is when this victory is won, and it's going to be an individual overcoming or an individual victory over negativity, negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative actions, till you truly empty out and you come to the place of love. And really express, we are the children of love. We are the people of love. There is going to be a great army coming about, and I'm here in my lifetime. It's not an army that's going to do battle. I'm thinking of Joel's army. If you want to look that up sometime, see where that will take us. But Joel's army is that which goes forward, and it brings forth transformation. It brings forth a new life. It transforms the negative things into the positive. That's called alchemy, folks. Don't you remember when you was little and you'd see the cartoons and stuff of the great wizards or alchemists, and they could turn anything into gold or whatever you wanted to do. And I thought, how wonderful, But it means much, much more. It means taking those lower vibrations of our own and becoming an alchemist. To take our negative thoughts and feelings and actions and look at them so we can understand the divine blessing they bring us. And as we begin to give thanks for every valley we've ever walked through, every low place we've ever touched, knowing that it gave us an opportunity for growth. And that's what's happening in 2020. And it'll go beyond. We'll be aware of the opportunity to choose to grow through our circumstances. Then those things begin to transform into gold. Gold, not gold and silver as we think of it in dollars and cents, but it's going to be pure joy, pure peace. All our needs will be supplied. All that we stand in need of. And the greatest thing we stand in need of, folks, you know what it is? Love. God, love each other. You're the pearl without price for me. You're the gems. You're the diamonds. That's what we need. Because if we have each other and have God, we are here to look after each other. We're here to share our gifts. We're here to share our ideas. And this is what this new time will bring us after this great war transpires within each and every one of us, and we begin to have victory over it. We won't be afraid to share these massive, wonderful ideas that is coming from the heart of God. Because when people have new ideas that will help change the world for the better, they hold back. Because if I share it with you, you might take it and run with it, and you might become a billionaire off of my idea. I've known people like that before. I've met a person that had magnificent ideas. I just knew it was going to come out someday and it would be wonderful. But no, I'm afraid to let somebody see what about. Well, I mentioned it, but I can't tell them all what it's all about. Now, I'll tell you, but this person knew I didn't have the ability to do all that stuff. No, it's his idea. But it was like I'm afraid to put it out. But it doesn't matter. If something comes in as a gift for you to give to others and you don't do it, guess what? Somebody else is going to come up with that same idea, and it's going to get out there. You might as well be the forerunner and get there and get it started. But people have been afraid afraid to share what they know is coming from their heart. In the ages to come, in the years to come, people will bring in ideas like you've never known. It will happen. It will happen. And the world will be a better place. You know how I know this? Keep reading in Revelation. I've read the end of the book. You know, it's about a new heaven and a new earth, a new consciousness, a new way of thinking. That's the heaven. A new way, a new body. What is that new body? I'm not sure yet. I've seen and I understand some about it, but that's for a later talk. But if you go up on the Mount of Transfiguration with Jesus, you can see that his face began to shine like the noonday sun. He was full of light, and those around him could see that light. His raiment, his body became this white as snow, shining like the sun also. I don't know if that's a true physical body or it's that spiritual body that they were seeing, but even showing that body of where he was in the transfiguration, he was here on planet Earth. He was here, walking and talking. So things will begin to transform because the body itself that we were given has the ability, I don't know why I'm going this way, but it has the ability to heal itself. We have forgotten who we are. We've forgotten our purpose. But for now, we'll come and go in these physical forms until that day that we truly have, well, thank you. I just got a tap on my shoulder. Till we come to that day where even death will be put under our foot. That means we will rise up above even death. Is our last thing to conquer. We've got a ways to go, folks. We may have to go almost 2,000 or 3,000 years for all of us to get to that place. But I believe we're well on our way. But right now, during this great battle, this battle of Armageddon, between negative and I want to call it truth thinking. Coming from pure negative thoughts into pure truth thinking or truth knowing the truth. This is the life that we've been given right now to live. The life of riding the waves of everyday life. Knowing that this gift of life has given me great opportunities to learn who I am and who you are. And to come into the manifestation of who God sees me and you to be. We are the children. We are the children of love. Let us learn, or let us know how to love one another. And so it is. Namaste. This week, if you will, think about Armageddon. The inner battle or the outer battles, whatever comes your way. And see if you have ridden the waves of life long enough to stand strong in the truth of who you are. Not the truth of somebody's truth of you're black or you're white or you're Jew or you're Gentile. You're Catholic, you're Protestant, gay or straight, I could go on and on naming things. But how did we come to the place that we fight each other or dislike each other for who we were created to be? Flowers don't fight. Well, maybe some of the weeds get in there, but that's it. I guess our weed thoughts get in and start choking the beauty of who we are out when we start acting like that. But it's not about judging somebody else. It never was. It never was. It's about finding out who we are and judging our own self from the Christ that is within us. We can be better than this. We can put down our swords that we use every day with the son, oh, no, I don't want to say that, but I will, with the tongue of the serpent. That split tongue of good and evil, true and false. We can stop lashing out at each other and find the beauty in every soul that walks this planet. And know that we need each other to keep this planet going and growing. It looks like we're trying to destroy the world. And some may want it destroyed rather than to see it blossom and grow in its beauty. But God has a plan. God has a plan. And it rests in the heart of man and woman. Peace, love, blessings to each of you. It's a joy to be on the planet with you at this time, that we can work together for the glory of God. I will say namaste. I behold the divinity in each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Hope this has been a blessing for you. And if you'd like to send a donation, you may to Unity Church, Winston-Salem, 108 East Street, 27103. Or just go down below, probably somewhere in here on me. It's probably scrolling or something about PayPal. You can do that. Or do whatever your heart says. Just listen to your heart. I hope this has blessed you. And our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God involves us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All is well, folks. Now, is it for Deb or WG? They both do a beautiful job. If we could just sit and relax and listen to the beautiful music.
During this time of reflection and going in to truth, I just want to let you know on Wednesday nights, our meditation, Elizabeth has started guiding us into meditation, which is wow. So come and join us Wednesday night for divine presence. I need thee, Lord. I need thee. Oh, bless me now, Creator. I come to thee. Oh, bless me now, Creator. I come to thee. For his love is in the sparrow. Yes, his love is in the sparrow. His love is in the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His love is in the sparrow, and I know he lives in me. For I need thee, Lord, I need thee. Every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, Creator. I come to thee. Oh, bless me now, Creator. I ask of thee.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you, WG. That was beautiful.
What are the flowers for?
Well, on the 20th, about 22 years ago, my son was in an automobile accident, my oldest son, and he left his body. And so I'm just thinking of him and what he used to do when he turned about 16 years old. On his birthday, January 20th, he left on October the 20th. But he would bring me flowers. And that first year I said, Tim, it's your birthday. Why are you buying me flowers? He said, I think every mother should have flowers on the day that she has birthed a child. He said y'all deserve the presents because look what you've gone through to bring us into the world. And so on his birthday and on the time of his transition, I love to think of him with roses because he always thought of me with roses. So thank you, Dad.
Thank you.
Peace and blessings to you all.